When you're having a discussion, debate, or even argument with someone else, it's important to listen and be understood. Phrases like, I hear you, I get what you're feeling, they go a long way towards finding a resolution. Joining me now to chat about the power and benefits of validation are Tony Karls and Jeff Hughes from Sterling Law Offices. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, Tiffany. It's good to be back.
Thanks for joining me. Last time you guys were on with us, you talked about validating feelings and how that plays into your practice, and the fact that the staff there in your offices, the attorneys, you are all trained in learning how to validate feelings. Why is that something that's important for you guys to learn how to validate each other?
Tiffany, honestly, it's an important tool, not only in the workplace, but also professionally. The better we can communicate, the more easily we can, work to create clarity on any issue. So I know personally, learning how to validate has really improved my relationship with my wife, because we both come at issues from a different perspective, and we're able to kind of get past the emotions that we both bring into the issue, and then we're able to create clarity and really come to a resolution on some things that we disagree with, or just some topic that we're trying to discuss.
I love that you said that, because I do think a lot of times when we're trying to get our point heard, we just want to be heard. That's the point. And sometimes once we feel heard or understood or validated, that emotional level drops a little bit. And like you said, we can get a little bit more to that bottom line and find more resolution. So Tony, validating, I want to know, is that simply agreeing? A lot of people say, do you have to agree with someone to be able to validate them, or can you still validate someone even if you don't agree with them?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just about agreeing at all. It's really about trying to, remove the emotion from the conversation in a healthy way. Like you were saying, a lot of the times when we're communicating, it's not necessarily what we're saying isn't always what is at issue. A lot of times, I know when I'm talking with my wife about something, and we've had a couple hard weeks of a lot of work, what she's communicating to me and what she's actually saying to me is she just wants to spend time with me, and that's not necessarily always what's coming out of her mouth. So it's really about acknowledging the feeling, acknowledging that the emotion is there, making them feel like it's normal to feel that way, and then really asking permission to try to come to a resolution and start discussing whatever's at issue.
I love that you said that. It's so true. Oftentimes we might be like, you didn't do this, or you're not doing this, or I wanted you to finish this, or whatever it may be, but that has nothing to do with what the root problem is. Like you said, maybe it's just
right.
You wanted a little more time with someone, and now that they didn't get those projects done, you're not going to get to spend some time together. So I love that you said that, because it's so true, and we've all experienced that in relationships. Jeff, for you,
Yeah.
what do you see as some of the benefits for validating others?
Tiffany, if we're lucky enough to have someone share their emotions, their feelings, their pain with us, listening, that feels nice. But when you can validate them, it can really feel amazing and magical. And what we've discovered, that there's a couple real big benefits that stick out. So when you can come alongside someone and you can validate them, you know what it says? It says, you're loved, you're accepted, you're not broken for feeling the way that you feel. And I think just about every functioning person on the planet craves that. I know I do. And it feels amazing when someone can validate how you feel about something, even if they don't agree with you, even if maybe you're off base a little bit in how you're thinking about it. Another thing is that, in every relationship, there's tension, there's conflict at some point. And when you can validate and pour validation on that, it can just meld away the tension and those difficult feelings, resolve conflict, even prevent conflict a lot of times. And, in the family law context, Tiffany, what we've discovered, and I would even consider to be kind of like our epiphany moment with our relationship with our clients, is that when they come to us, a lot of times they're in pain, they're anxious, they're scared, they're fearful, because their primary relationship is a lot of times breaking down, or their children are involved in the circumstances there. And that can feel really, really scary when something's maybe threatening to your children. And when we can listen to them first and not worry about solving their legal problems, even because that's what we're trained to do, that's what we want to do, and we're geared to do. But when we can validate them and where they're at, it's like a fog just lifts away, and now they can receive advice. Now they can think clearly. They feel understood. They feel appreciated. Now they're open to solving that legal problem and moving forward. And when we begin to discover that in our relationship with our clients, it just takes us to a whole new level with them and our connection and our way we can even serve them.
I feel like you're in the business of saving marriages.
Well, we would love to do that, right? We all sign an oath when people work here of, if there's a door that's open that you can help that couple get into counseling and save their marriage, do that first. Try that first. It's better not to have them as a client because it's better for our communities. But if they have to go through that, I think the best place for them to be with us, because we're going to be more mindful of everything that's around them and their feelings, their emotions, their family, the whole deal.
You guys are great. I love chatting with you. It's not like talking with a typical lawyer. I mean, it's like you guys are like therapists and lawyers and all of the above, and friends and confidants. And I just love the fact that you talk about these very different issues. And I think it makes you so good at what you do. So thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks. We love people and we just want to help them.
Yeah, appreciate it. Sterling Law Offices is a proud sponsor of TMJ4's ongoing campaign, We're Open. To learn more about Sterling, you can visit them online at sterlinglawyers.com.